Hello everyone, Republic Jim here, and I am finally getting a chance to get out and play around a little bit. I'm just in the process of driving up to our upper property, so sorry about the rough ride here with the camera, but I'm going to go and set up a camp and getting ready to spend the night out there tonight. There's currently a winter weather advisory and a few snowflakes drifting down so far. Looks like the forecast is saying a chance of like 1 to 3 inches overnight or something, nothing too extreme, and temperatures in the 20s. So perfect time to go out camping. I'm going to set up a improvised tarp shelter like I like to do, and some sort of little sleeping platform. I have my heavy-duty sleeping bag and some other comfortable equipment, so I'm not exactly going to be roughing it too much. I'll bring along stuff for fixing breakfast and have coffee and everything. What I'm doing is I still have to do a bunch of stuff at home and walk the dogs before bed, so I'm just going to take advantage of having daylight here, at least for a little bit longer, to get my shelter and hopefully my bed set up. And once I get that done, then I'll be headed back down to the house and do some more work down there, and then I'll come back up sometime probably around 10:30 or something. At that point I may or may not bother with the fire, depending on how chilly I feel and how tired I am, but I'll at least be getting ready to settle in for the night at that point, and got some other things that I want to test out and talk about and such during this camp out. So I'm getting close to where I had in mind setting up. I've got to keep an eye out for where exactly that was. Oof. Oof. Wow. Didn't see that. And I seem to have misplaced myself, but I believe this was the spot. And that's very interesting. There's a deflated basketball there, which I certainly didn't leave there. That's curious. Anyway, I'm at the spot that I intend to set up at, so I'm going to shut off the camera for now and get busy, and I'll get back to you later on. Okay, it's just after 4 o'clock. It's already getting dark. There's a light dusting of snow on everything, but I have my basic shelter set up. I used a large tarp, so it's pretty luxurious, and I don't know how much it shows up there, but it goes back a little ways, and it's not real tall, but it gives me a fair amount of room inside. And I made just a real basic platform out of branches, fairly low to the ground, through my survival tarp with the reflective surface on top of that. Then I will put my new sleeping pad on it and inflate that up, and should be fairly comfortable, especially with the big heavy sleeping bag that I have, which I will break out when I come back up here. Don't want it just sitting here getting cold waiting. But anyway, I'm going to round up some firewood here just in case I feel like having a fire, but primarily I want to experiment with a little heater using my propane and such and see how that works out. And I've got a few other things that I want to try, so I don't know that I'll mess with fire, but I do want to have some now, so some firewood now, just in case I decide I need a fire and I don't feel like stumbling around in the dark with the headlamp. So I'm going to do that real quick and then head back down to the house. It's now a little after 10:30, and I'm heading back up to my campsite. So far, looks like the forecasters might have missed it a little bit, because since it started snowing, we've already gotten somewhere around 2.5 to 3 inches. And it's just a little bit interesting driving up here. Hopefully I can get back down tomorrow morning. But yeah, if it keeps coming down the way it is right now, we're most likely going to end up with a little bit more snow than what the forecast was saying. So fortunately, I am prepared for that. As soon as I can make it up the hill here. Just stay on it and keep working it. Good thing I have good tires and good four-wheel drive. Okay, that should be the worst of it. Now I'm just on the bouncy part up top, but at least I don't have any more steep climbing to do. So, since I wasn't expecting a whole lot of snow, I'm hoping that my shelter is in a good enough spot that it's not getting absolutely dumped on, and it'll hold up okay. Have to knock some snow off of it when I get there. Hopefully it's still standing all right. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and just focus on driving. I don't have too much further to go. Okay. There's my first yellow ribbon. There's my second one. I knew it'd be a little bit tricky trying to locate things in the dark, so marked it with some flagging tape. It certainly helped out. I'm just gonna park right in front of my entryway, kill the light bar, and yeah, that's it. I'm here. I'm gonna go find out what kind of condition my shelter is in and see about getting settled in for the night. Well, the front of the shelter is still holding up relatively well, although the ridge line is really pulled down. I'll have to adjust that, but the back got totally flattened by the snow. So I think I'll have to shake a bunch of snow off of there, tighten things up, maybe shove my pack or a water jug or something back there to help hold it up a little better and resist the snow. So I have a little work to do before I can get in there and get onto my bed and test out some of my heater stuff. But so I'm gonna shut up and get busy and make it happen. Well, that's more like it. Now I actually have it all lined out and a little more clearance in there. I'll probably, if it keeps snowing, I'll probably have to get up at some point and clear snow off again. But now I have headroom in there. I have my little styrofoam cooler helping hold up the back, and I'm ready to redistribute some of the branches under my tarp there and inflate my sleeping pad, and then get that big old sleeping bag there, that black monstrosity, get that out. And that should keep me plenty warm. And as long as the wind doesn't kick up and start blowing from the north, I should be in pretty good shape. So far, it's been mostly from the south, or southwest, which is what the forecast said. And I have the back end of the shelter facing that way. So hopefully that will work out okay. So I finally got my bed all set up, and it's looking pretty cozy in there. Looks like the snow is finally letting up a bit. It's just a little bit drifting down at the moment, but of course that could change at any time. So I'm gonna crawl in there, get my boots off. I will be doing a test, as I said, with the heater stuff, which I have some different things over there, but that'll be a separate video. This will be it for this one for tonight, and I'll talk to you in the morning. Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday. It's just before 7 o'clock. I would have happily slept longer, but nature called and I had to answer. It is currently about 26 degrees, looks like, and just had a light dusting of snow overnight. After I went to bed, it looks like it really didn't do much more. So my shelter didn't get weighted down with snow or anything. I was fairly comfortable in there. The bed was a little bit lumpy, but I slept pretty well. Other than when I woke up, of course, and then needed to get up. So I'd love to get more sleep, but I'm not going to try to crawl back in there now and go back to sleep. It is a pain in the neck getting boots on and off and such in a low shelter like that. If I had more headroom, I might be tempted to crawl in there and do that, but as it is, it's not worth the effort. So I am going to go get my coffee pot and fire up the stove for that, because I want to get my coffee going as soon as possible. Well, as you can see, working on breakfast now. Just frying up some bacon, and then I have some eggs to scramble up. A little bit of cheese and vegetables mixed in, so should make for a pretty good breakfast. And this is starting to cook quickly, so should be done pretty soon. I've got my coffee and warm and comfortable now, so I'm a happy camper. The eggs are almost done cooking now, and I have some bacon to go along with my coffee. Nice fresh eggs from our chickens, and nothing better than cooking it up over a fire in cast iron skillet. Of course, the one inevitable downside is smoke in my eyes, so if I'm tearing up, that's why. Every time I get close to this fire, my eyes are watering, but that's a small price to pay. I've got some butter softening up here to go on my bread, and I'll probably cook up a little more bacon after I get done with the eggs, because I still have part of the package left. And basically, after I get done with breakfast, I'm going to film a couple of other things, my sleeping pad, and maybe some more experiments with the stovetop heater. But that's about it for this. Once I get done with that, I'll be taking down my shelter and getting ready to head back down the hill, doing some four-wheeling in the snow. But it's been a relaxing overnight, and it's great to get out in the woods again and practice my skills and just get the confidence that I can do that and spend a night out in the snow with no problems or any serious discomfort or anything. So hope everybody enjoys, and encourage you to get out and do similar stuff and practice your skills and enjoy the outdoors. This has been Republic Jim. I'll talk to you later.